Welcome back. This is SportsZone, live on Joy Prime. Also, the Black Starlets, that's Ghana's under-17 team. Remember, they're in action tomorrow. They still can't find their coach. Like his thing says he was resigning at the end of the tournament, but he can't be found, and he's probably not going to be available to supervise that game tomorrow. We will look at that Lai situation as well here on the show. Proudly brought to you by Kivo Gary Sokins Mix, Syntex Tank, as well as Johnny Walker. My name is Fento Tahir Fento. Welcome to the show. I've been joined by my two favorite people, Sitofe Philip Atrim and Daniel Cranston. Guys, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Everything correct?
Yeah.
I like the way it is today. Gray, black, blue. That's amazing. Listen, there is something special happening on Saturday at the Aviation Social Center. Show me now.
Bring it on.
At the Aviation Social Center, that is the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey. It's the final of the Champions League. This is a whole afternoon of festival. Okay, Bayern Munich not in there, but we do have Borussia Dortmund representing. Okay, many people wanted Bayern in there, they didn't make it, but BVB are in there as well as Real Madrid. That's a big game. But see, when you have a big show like this, the game cry is a side show. Yeah. The real show, the real event is all day. Yeah. Starts from 12 with music, food, dance, lots of things. There's also the final of the Champions League quiz that will be done on stage, and everybody must come in their jersey. It doesn't matter which team you support, and it surely doesn't matter if your team won trophy or not this season. Just come in your jersey. On Saturday, we will all be there, and of course, it's a Hits FM Rep Your Jersey. This is the biggest gathering of football fans in the whole Ghana. Like Sisho, have you attended one before?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing, man. Amazing. And listen, because in the spirit of everybody coming there in a jersey, and Ghana is hard these days, I've taken the liberty to buy jerseys for these two people.
Whoa! You spotted it!
Yes. So, Danny K, I'll give you Celtic jersey.
I didn't buy it, so thank you.
Remove your shoulder, people.
Oh no, he's bought it.
Remove your shoulder, people.
I didn't buy it.
You like Italian football?
Yeah, man.
So collect Juventus.
Forza Juventus. Bianconeri. Oh, my brother. Oh, you know me too, my brother.
You don't see.
Come on, man.
I'm a bit jealous.
Bianconeri.
Won the double this season, right? Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's lovely.
This is nice. This is
really
very nice.
So check it out.
Oh, it's better.
Are you ready for your minds to be blown? You know my jersey?
Which one?
Okay, show us. Drum roll.
Venezia.
Oh, Venezia. Oh, yeah.
Italiano.
Yes, Italiano.
Yeah.
It's Italiano. Venezia.
And the hunger sound.
Yes. Venezia.
Italiano.
Venezia.
Juventus. Celtic.
Internazionale.
Oh, fan, thank you.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate this. I love this.
We'll all be rapping.
Oh,
what is it? What is it? Danny K, what is it?
What
is it? You just said you didn't buy the jersey. You have seen the
large.
You have seen the size it's skate.
Younger like me. Charlie, you remember Ghana man?
Yeah.
What
The football.
But I forget why you were flying.
what is that mean again?
Listen, guys. Listen, I'm a sucker for classic jerseys. So it doesn't matter how old your jersey is.
Yeah.
Just come there in your jersey. Some teams have even released their new jerseys for next season. Yeah, so if you want to come in a new jersey as well, that is totally up to you. So listen, please put your hand on the table.
Fantastic.
Put your hand on the table.
Fantastic.
Don't let everybody see.
Okay.
Thank you.
We go.
Guys, all right, cool. So for those of you that are watching us right now, Saturday, we're looking forward to seeing all of you at the Aviation Social Center. There will be, in fact, the Champions League commentary itself will be done from the grounds.
Ooh,
so
brilliant.
So look, the buzz, the atmosphere, like it would be absolutely phenomenal. So surely we're all looking forward to it.
Why are people laughing at me?
Who is laughing at you? Because of your size.
You didn't buy something.
So I bought him large. Charlie, I should have let him put it on. I missed a chance. I missed a chance. It's like one of those. It's like childhood days when your parents buy you a big shirt.
Yeah.
So that you grow into it. You don't have to be buying a shirt. You don't have to be buying a shirt every month. You have to grow into the shirt. Anyway, guys, let's start with this. There's glory in Egypt to speak about. Okay, in Cairo. That was where Ghana's amputee national team, they call themselves the Black Challenge, came from a goal down to beat Morocco 2-1 in the final of the Amputee Africa Cup of Nations. And look at that. Look at the trophy parade. And they are champions for the second tournament in a row. They went there as defending champions with no support whatsoever. The whole contingent got $1,000 to go to the competition. A certain pastor came to help them, to take them there. And look at that, champions. Now, I have a story for you. The last time they were champions, it was in Tanzania, I believe. And after that, they refused to come back to Ghana and said they were stranded until the country paid everything owed them. They were not coming home. But they've gone back and they have won. But I put the sound on. Let's hear the Jama Small. Big congratulations to them. Big, massive congratulations to everybody involved. Samson Dean, the Para-Olympic Committee chairman. He's also the African Para-Olympic Committee chairman. This team falls right at his doorsteps. Bottom line, listen, when I posted, somebody said, can we use them to represent the Black Stars? Because they don't know how to lose this team.
But back-to-back AFCONs.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Back-to-back AFCONs, man.
Wow.
Bottom line, listen, Sicho, this is a remarkable achievement.
No, it really is.
Achieving more with little.
Absolutely. Listen, we can't shy away from the fact that they are not necessarily well supported. So they've just gone on to use their passion and desire, determination to go out there and win. And that is what we need to start paying attention to. That once it comes to sports and we have a sector that takes care of it, the quota has to be divided in such a way that I'm not going to say that every category or every discipline deserves the same amount of money or the same size of the cake, but equal attention, relative to how huge those sports are. Yeah. Unfortunately for these sports, they never really get what they deserve. They're not asking for much, but the little they ask for, they don't get it. But here they are going out there back-to-back champions. It's not that simple. It's not that easy. With all the challenges that they faced, little preparation time and little attention, they've gone out there to make themselves proud and make history. So yeah, congratulations to them.
And you know the interesting thing? This team, apart from winning this competition 4 years ago, also won the Para-Africa Games that was hosted, the inaugural edition. They also won gold. Yeah. And they've gone on now to win a second consecutive tournament. So surely, it's not a fluke. This is a very, very good team. And Sicho mentioned, what they're asking for is not equal resources, but equitable distribution of the resources. Those are two different things. Giving everybody their fair share, even if their fair share is not the same. So surely right now, we have no excuse than to reward these people.
No, we have... They have a mother body that is supposed to take care of them. They have a mother body that was supposed to send them there, was supposed to cater for them. That wasn't done. They've won what they've won. And I'll not be surprised if the results doing what they did 4 years ago. Because
that's Ali Jarrah, by the way, in the white, the one distributing the water. That's Ali Jarrah. He is, I think, team manager or He's an official of the amputee national team. That's him, the famous Ali Jara. That's him in the white jersey. A critical member. Remember the press conference they held?
Yeah.
I think a few months ago.
I was in the same JHS with his son.
He
used to
Ali Jara, huh?
Solid guy.
Yeah. Ghana youth team legend, House of Oak legend. But you were saying?
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate because, look, Sidra has hit the nail right on the head. With very little support, very little funding in terms of preparation and all this, and they go and they deliver back to back. Now, this is, you see, it's not like a competition that a select few countries take part in. This is the AFCON for amputees. The whole Africa participates. Yeah. They've done it twice behind enemy lines. When I say behind enemy lines, means they had to go outside Ghana to do it. Did it in Tanzania, they've done it in Cairo. Basically, the last 3 major competitions they've participated in, they've won. Just shows you how good they are, and yet they are not being given their due. And it's exactly, we are not talking about give them millions.
No.
Let's give them what is due them.
Yes,
simple. Exactly. It's as simple as that. And it will be a fraction of what some certain national teams are earning. It's literally chicken change. So I wonder why it's so difficult to just give it to them.
There's an opportunity for the people at the helm to redeem themselves. They've also qualified for the Amputee World Cup, which will happen next year in Panama, I believe. Yeah. So certainly for the Ministry of Youth and Sports, or whoever it is that is their responsibility to take care of his team, I know that they also sent several letters to the Chief of Staff's office. They had to resort to all kinds of means to just, it's like throwing balls at a wall and hoping that one of them sticks. So they just write letters.
It's funny, really, because we overspend on one team and not spend at all on others. Yeah. The team that we spend on, we don't even spend what is due them. We overspend. Yeah. But when it comes to spending, what is right on the teams that we are supposed to spend on, we find it difficult to. It's absurd.
They say Africa Games has dropped all their money.
Africa Games, there.
1 month's bonus. 1 month's bonus.
The African Games, the fireworks in the opening and closing ceremony. Yeah, I understand.
$5 million.
I understand. And I was there live. So I understand. Because
every pole is 1 million.
1 million. So me, I understand that everybody challenge.
Every pole is 1 million.
Charlie, how about put do some formation so no, we are dead.
And every time. See your behave. You see the lights now, say the money.
No, Charlie. We do every time they tell me, Charlie.
Shatawale showed up there, so no.
Charlie, we finished. Then no, closing ceremony, no, beam. No. Charlie, I'll tell you that Charlie give up.
Oh, God. Guys, send them your congratulatory messages, okay? Send them your congratulatory messages. Very proud thing that they've done. Ghana always, there are always some teams making the country proud all the time. The ones that we want to make the country proud are always the ones that keep disappointing us. Speaking of...
they are under the GFA.
No, they are not. They're under the Para Olympic Committee. It's beach ball.
No, it makes sense.
Yes.
Because the futsal people went to share and they came home.
It's the beach football people that are under the...
So those who are not, and I understand this in some way. So those who are not, okay.
If you tell everybody not...
You people, please behave.
No, that's a good observation though.
Please behave.
Okay.
It's a G in the name,
If you are male,
yes,
and you are attached to
let's stay in Egypt. So congratulations once again to the Ghana Amputee national team. I would make a small suggestion. I think they should change their name. I don't like Black Challenge. I don't like Black Challenge. I don't think they're challenge at all. Maybe Black Courage. Now that is some name. So consider it. Consider a name change.
It's how you are viewing it. I view Black like I'm challenging you. That's how I see it.
No, that's a good one.
Yes. I see it in a positive. Yeah. It's like, hey.
That's a good twist. That's a good twist. Let's stay in Cairo because that was where Ahly made it 12 Champions League titles in their history. A 4th title in the last 5 years alone. They beat Esperance by 1-0. The first leg ended 0-0 in Rades, and they've come home and they've absolutely destroyed Esperance to take this trophy. Let's take a look at the highlights. Waffle, Ghana played on Saturday against, it was a game against Burkina Faso, with a foe or an opposition that we're very familiar with in the semi-finals. So we needed to win to get to the final. We lost that by 2-1. Let's take a look at the highlights. And then the fallout after that was incredible.
Ball away from Ajevi, pushes it forward. One-on-one situation. Ama comes in to salvage the stage, but this could be it for Burkina Faso. They are in the lead, allowing Burkina Faso's Tapsoba Asharaf to get the opening goal of the evening. But not powerful. Naughty drives it through into the 18-yard box. The flag stays down. Opportunities coming the way of Ghana. Chivanyo twisting and turning. That's Nabi. Oh! Oh! What a goal! What a goal! Inch perfect cross on balls there by Norte. Controlled beautifully as Captain Chivanyo turned, laid on the pass and brought it from behind. And look! Faso intention is to win most of the 50-50 balls, and they allow the player to go through them. Michael has been beaten again. It's a brace for Asharaf. A brace for Asharaf Tapsoba.
I know Ghanaians know me as a player. Ghanaians know the work and everything that I gave to this country as a player. I gave my all, and I will continue doing that. I have everything I want to do for this country. I give my all as a player. But at the end, I wasn't happy as a player. I focus more on my coaching career, educate myself well, to make sure I come back and change the narrative. The investment I put in myself, all because I want to change something in Ghana football. And for me, for these 6-7 months, I've given my all. I've done my part as a technical person, as a coach. I've done my part for that. And after we came back from Russia, that's when I decided either we win, we qualify, I'm moving on. So in this case, I'm resigning. After this tournament, I'm resigning as under-17 coach. I've made that decision already before this tournament starts.
Unbelievable. Okay. So the team lost 2-1 in the semi-final, didn't make the final. Like in sincerity, he's leaving the team at the end of the tournament and says that it's a decision he made even before the start of the competition. The problem, however, is right after that, there was still one game left, which will be played tomorrow in the third-place playoff match against Nigeria. Like is saying, can't be reached, according to the FA, who released a statement that had so many other things that were very needless. But bottom line, they can't reach Lai, and now they've put his assistants in charge of tomorrow's game. It's a very confusing situation, which is complicated by the fact that Ghana still has a chance to qualify for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup by going to the the AFCON itself, the Under-17 AFCON next year. Now, this is why. Initially, only 2 teams, the finalists, made it to the Under-17 AFCON. So when we lost, I think many Ghanaians, even including the reporters, some of us all reported that the team's hopes of going to the tournament had ended. But we got information that because of the expansion of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup from 24 teams to 48 teams, CAF will also get an increase in its number of representatives from 4 to 10 teams. Now, CAF's Under-17 AFCON is made up of only 12 teams. Now, you can't organize a 12-team tournament to choose 10 representatives to go to the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. So it means CAF themselves are considering expanding the CAF AFCON, at least to maybe a 24 team, so they can choose the top 10 to go and represent the continent. And if that is the case, then it means that WAFU Zone B will not get just 2 representatives. They could get as many as 4 representatives, which means, as it stands, the Black Stars would have qualified for the CAF Under-17 AFCON. And even if the WAFU Zone B gets 3, it means winning tomorrow's game is still crucial. So all of these things are hanging in the balance, but the head coach, like Ethan says, he's had enough. The question is, what do you guys make of this whole situation? And how do we move forward from here? I'll start with you, Daniel.
I think both parties could have handled it better, starting from the head coach. And I think if he had made a... I understand that it's a personal decision, but you still work for somebody. And he had given no indication whatsoever that he was interested in leaving the job after. So when you spring up a surprise like that, especially after a defeat, a painful defeat, it can destabilize things. It makes things unstable. And then following, if we are to go by what the FA statement says, the fact that he left the team bus, they tried to reach him, couldn't reach him, that is obviously not necessarily the best. Because for me, if you've handed in your resignation, if you announce to the public you are resigning, then at least you should also officially communicate to those who hired you that you are resigning before you can decide to switch off your phone or whatever you want to do. And if that wasn't done, for me, that's a bit problematic. Even bigger for me, and even more disappointing, is the statement from the FA. Because for me, it has just generated unnecessary drama around the team. The FA did not need to add the details that they added to that statement. And I thought that this was an FA that had hired extra hands into their PR and their communications department to fix some of these unnecessary excesses.
Especially after hiring 3 or 4 more people.
3 or 4 more people.
to that department.
Yeah. And in fact, the person that they asked to head it is a very reputable guy when it comes to things like this. Yeah. You don't... And it's one of those things where I'm refusing to believe that was his handwriting. Because an institution can't be emotional. Yeah. Individuals can be. But when you represent an institution and when a statement is speaking for an institution, it can't be emotional. Yeah. And that statement it's like, I'm fighting with you and I want to spoil your name. It was, for me, it was silly. Very unnecessary. And what it has done is, you just mentioned it, there's still a chance for the team to qualify. There's still a last game they have to play against our bitter rivals. But the whole conversation is around the GFA versus Lai Kingston, which for me is amateurish, it's childish. We've gone past this thing. It shouldn't be happening at this level. You can deal with these things in the background. I understand the frustrations of the head coach, but they are always, you see, at the end of the day, did he get to go into the competition with the players that he wanted? Yes, he did. So then there were people, maybe even in the minority, but there were also people in the FA who stood behind him, who allowed him to go into the competition with a group of players he wanted to work with. Yes, there was extra noise and distraction from elsewhere. And you see, to be honest, these things happen. Yeah. They happen not just in Ghana. They happen elsewhere. I always say, look, football is one of the most subjective sports you could have. The fact that you think player A is better than player B doesn't mean I think the same. Right. And once the 2 players pass the quality threshold, which is important, as soon as they pass that quality threshold, there's every reason why I can ask you questions as to why you pick this one ahead of this one. But as long as the head coach has the final say, and as long as those 20 players, Lai said himself that they were guys he literally handpicked, and he was backed by certain quarters in the FA to take them to the competition. And case closed, you had your way. If you were not satisfied with how some relationships were going, that is fine. But again, there's always a way you go by certain things. And
you're addressing, what you're talking about, you're addressing suggestions that he left because some people tried to infiltrate his squad with their own
with
players,
their own players,
basically.
yes. And the bottom line is that didn't happen.
Okay.
They tried for it to happen, but that didn't happen.
That's the allegation.
That's the allegation. But look, simply put, this could have been handled way better. Look,
Okay.
they could have done this thing until today. Probably only journalists or reporters will know, but the public will not know. And then we move on and we support the focus of the team, which is the boys.
Yes.
We support them to finish what they started. But it's really quite unfortunate that it's spilled over to this very unnecessary drama that we are talking about.
Sicho, what next now for the boys? Because Daniel I want you to pick up from where he ended. I know you have your own thoughts on this, the whole situation. But the progress of the boys, we spoke about this before. When you look at Laikins and his relationship with these players, it looks like he had a very good relationship with them. He's young. He's 43 years of age. This was an opportunity, in my view, for him to really test his coaching ideas, to also even continue to make mistakes at this level where there isn't too much pressure, and then grow with the boys. At least that was, according to the FA, their own intention. Maybe progress to under 20, under 23, and maybe subsequently the Black Stars, you never know. What next now?
For the players, for Lai.
For everybody, including Lai
No,
himself.
Lai is still a coach. His records are good at youth level. Lai, I'm not sure will struggle to find any job at youth level for now. It's not that enough to show that he can coach at the elite level. But when it comes to talent development, and even the work he's done on the Ghana under-17, Ghana's under-17 is playing the best football we've seen of any under-17 side in the last 20 years, last 15 years or so. Yeah. So the records are there. His records with Right to Dream is there. So if he just wants to find another job at this level, Lai doesn't struggle. His CV will speak for him. So Lai shouldn't have a problem. It is the boys that I have a problem with. Especially, I'm not very convinced that the FS DNA is fully implemented. So at the moment, they have coaches who have, if like 70, 80% knowledge of how that DNA should be. So it's been easy for them to coach these boys into it. If it was a case where our technical directors are producing coaches who have got the know-how of how Ghana wants to play, under 17 coach leaving is never an issue anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But it's only an issue here because he's coached the team to play in a way that we've never seen before. And the prospects of what they could have become or how good the next generation under him could have been is why many people are asking questions. So yeah, I don't think the FA readily finds another coach in Ghana who can coach and develop the players as Lai has done. And
continue on the same tangent.
I don't think so. I don't think Lai has.
So this is a big disruption.
It's a big disruption. Lai has been a specialist at this.
Yeah.
When you look at his track record, he really has been a specialist at this. And to have had him with our U17 was a huge opportunity.
It was.
To get him to grow these boys. But these things happened. So now the FA needs to now move away from coaches into systems, where the system produces enough youth coaches so that if Lai is not there, there's another youth coach who has the DNA right under his sleeve. So he just slots in the same thing. The know-how. Under 17 coaches, under 20 coaches leaving is never an issue. Yeah. It's at the elite level where the X factor comes in. Yeah. But the youth level, if the template is there and the DNA works and the DNA has been used to coach or train new coaches, nobody cares about under 17 or under 20 coach leaving. So that's why I think the FA needs to start focusing on.
So it's a big problem, a really, really big problem. Because obviously, lots of you who have seen this Black Starlets team play, you know there's a lot of very good talent there. So hopefully, we have one thing I just need to address is that, you know, in this country, we have a habit of throwing away players of under-17 teams that don't do well at tournaments. In other words, we seem to always forget about them when they don't succeed, when they don't do well. Let's not do that with this team, because the focus at this level is development, and winning, of course, is secondary. It's important, but it is secondary to the development. So let's still work at how we can progress these players to the next level and to the next level, because ultimately the talent was there for everybody to see, and a coach leaving, like Sicho rightly said, should not truncate the process. So this is a challenge to the FA. I think the Black Starlets will still qualify for that under-17 AFCON, and a new person would be in charge. For me, that's my big disappointment, because that would have been another opportunity for Lai to continue to develop his ideas. That is 3 more games at a competitive level guaranteed. Maybe.
But he had said Regardless of the results, he was going to leave anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he says.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I don't agree with his decision, but it's his decision. And of course, I can't disagree. I don't disagree with Chelsea's decision to sack Pochettino.
No, but I don't agree with Lai's decision that he's stepping away from the job. You're not happy with his decision, but you certainly can't decide. It's not something that you can
that's
agree
what
with
I literally just said that. I said I don't agree with his decision, but it's his decision.
Right.
Thank you. Let's go to...
Why?
What the situation? I don't understand you.
No. I don't understand why you can disagree with a coach's
A personal choice. Because he has a national team job where I have an interest, vested interest.
No, then pay him salary. Don't stop paying him allowances. You have vested interest. Talk about real issues. Don't talk about... If people are not paying salaries, they're paying allowances you're talking about. Okay, continue.
Okay. Let's go to Kumasi. Speaking about DNA of winning, Kumasi Asante Kotoko certainly know how to beat Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak have been dragged into the relegation zone thanks to a pitch from the Porcupine in Kumasi. Take a look.
Here is Mukwala. Chance for Asante Kotoko. Mukwala! Asante Kotoko in the lead. 8 minutes into the game. And guess who? Steve Desi Mukwala, the Ugandan goalmonger, puts the Porcupines ahead. And this is a major statement for Mukwala after receiving the call-up to the Cranes of Uganda national team ahead of the World Cup qualifiers. It's 8 minutes at the Babayera Stadium, and Kotoko up by 1-0, courtesy Steve Desi Mukwala, his 13th of the season. Kotoko 1, Hearts 0. Look at the ball floated for Mukwala. Winimi unable to catch up with the pace and strength of Mukwala. You're thinking he should... Now Somwa. Mukwala stays onside. Here is Mukwala. The Ugandan steps forward. Mukwala with a lovely dummy. Mukwala! Steve Desi Mukwala. 2 touches. He checks box and look at him. Shoots into the near corner. Brilliant goal for Mukwala. That is a striker's finish. Lovely played. And that is the reason that you got...
Fantastic goal. What a finish. What a finish that is. Listen, guys. I'm very surprised that there wasn't a lot of people in the stadium.
Surprised?
Yeah.
It's been like this in the last 2 seasons.
The Super Clash.
And when you had the President's Cup, which was played alongside the league fixture, even the President of the Nation was there.
Still.
It was free gates, still was empty, so there's no surprise there. According to the
Bottom line, but this was a very high-quality game of football. Kotoko took their chances, probably would have ended 5-0.
Yeah, high-quality finish. Look, Mukwala is a very good player. He's a very good striker. 2 very difficult... I don't even consider them chances. The situations he got himself into. The first one, ball over the top, that's not necessarily a chance. He had to make the opportunity for himself, and he did. And the fact that he went with his right foot, that's the key thing I noted. He went with his right foot, where I thought he would go with his left foot. And I think that was a difference maker, because goalkeeper is now setting himself, and the right foot gave him that quick split-second edge over the keeper. Got the shot in before the keeper could set himself in. That's 1-0, and that's a perfect start that Kotoko needed. From that point in time, Hearts of Oak, who knew the pressure that was on them before they went into this game, had now more extra pressure on themselves. And it meant that they were obviously going to try and get the equalizer, try and open up the game to carve out chances.
Yeah.
And we saw it was basically a transition moment for Kotoko that created the second goal. And it's such bad positioning from the Hearts of Oak, the entire midfield to the defensive line. It was so poor. The fact that pass that came into Mukwala found him onside.
Yeah.
When it looked like, was it 3 out of the 4 players in the back line were trying to make an offside trap. The left back was caught, I think he was looking
in
at
no
someone
man's
in the
land
crowd or something. Completely unawares. And then once Mukwala got into that situation, it was all individual effort. The cutback, the finish, top class stuff. We need to celebrate more of these things in the league, because we don't...
Look, I mean, when last season when Mukwala got into the club, he struggled at the start of the season. And at that time, I was running commentary in the Ghana Premier League. I was sitting in the gantry and watching him play. And I just knew he would come good, because his runs were good. He was always finding himself in goal-scoring positions. The balls will come to him, he will rush it, he will fluff it, maybe the pressure. But I just knew that it was only a matter of time before the ball started hitting the back.
And he's a national team player.
He is. Yeah. He scored against Ghana when Ghana played against Uganda.
There you go.
So yeah, 2 very, very good goals from him. For Hartlepool though, I think Ouattara needs to start getting all the excuses. Because when you know your team is not playing that well, you want to go back to the basics.
Simple.
The defending is not great. One ball over the top, there's a problem. And Danny has perfectly described the second goal. I think they need to go back to the basics, sit tight, make sure they're not conceding chances, and then see what they can get up front. They are playing as though they are playing well, and they have confidence, and so they can play expansive. And every team is getting past them, and that's a trouble. That's a worry for where they sit on the table now.
Speaking of which, actually, I'll show you the full results from the weekend. Then we show you Hartlepool are actually in a very precarious situation for the second season in a row. Full results. So we have 3 games to the end of the season now. And the table itself is not looking good for Hartlepool. They're just 2 points above the relegation zone. And the teams that they are above actually have games in hand. Now, you're talking Great Olympics and Dreams FC. And if they were to win their games in hand, Hartlepool would actually drop deep into the relegation zone. This is what the table looks like with 3 games to the end of the season. Look at that, bottom 3. Look at the bottom. Hartlepool, okay, they have 38 points, just above the relegation zone.
They've got a game in hand.
Yes.
And if they win that game, which they are very capable of.
Great Olympics, yes, they have a game in hand against Dreams, by the way. Dreams have 2 games in hand. Yeah. So Great Olympics game in hand is against Dreams FC. If they win that, Hartlepool drop into the relegation zone. Now, this table was done using goal difference, using head-to-head. If you do it using goal difference, then Hartlepool will go above Dreams FC. But it doesn't matter because Dreams FC have 2 games in hand.
But the Ghana Premier League uses head-to-head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just pointing that out. And Hartlepool's last 3 matches of the season are against Nations FC at home. Nations FC might be out of the title race, not might. They think they are out of the title race. So going to Accra, okay, so they might not be as motivated. Then they have to host Great Olympics
That's tough.
in Accra as well. And that in itself is a relegation dogfight. Imagine, back in the day, Hartlepool and Olympics would have been a title decider. Now, Hartlepool versus Great Olympics on the 9th of June is a relegation dogfight. Win and survive, literally. Because if Great Olympics lose that game, they are going down. Hartlepool themselves are not safe. If the result against Nations is not great, they go and lose that game against Great Olympics, they could be going down. And Great Olympics will love nothing more than to... because Hearts have done it to them many times in the past.
And then the last game.
And then they have to go to Bechem for the last game of the season.
They won't win that game, so they have to start winning Nations and
so this is last season. What they survived in the last but 1 game of the season. Or was it a last day? I believe.
But they did what?
I think realistically they were going to survive in the last game, but it was the penultimate game that was crucial, so they survived at that point.
So what's
but
going on
they've got to go the next 6 points because I'm not sure they win in Bechem.
Wow.
Look, bottom line is
let's bring on Karim. Then.
We are Hearts of Oak.
Yeah.
You are not going on relegation.
You are Hearts of Oak.
I'm telling you.
You see, this kind of we are Ghana mantra thing doesn't work.
This is a Ghana Premier League. This is the Ghana Premier League. We understand the league.
All right. Thank you, Daniel. Karim, all correct. The way you are, but I don't have a jersey for you.
I have my own jersey, so you don't need to worry.
Can you say you are your own jersey? Listen, the season is over in many countries, obviously. So you've come today with what exactly?
So I've come today with the conclusion of everything I've been doing throughout the season.
Okay.
And that is my team of the season. My team of the season for Ghanaian players abroad.
Okay.
So a lot of people will have issues, but that's why I'm here.
What kind of disclaimer is that? Let's go through your team then.
So in goal, I have I've gone for a 4-3-4-3 formation.
Yeah, the formation doesn't matter. You have 11 players there. I
have 11 players there, but they are not just supposed to be there for their sake. they are supposed to be there
Have you seen that one?
to make sense. So I have Lawrence Atizigi in goal.
You had Abalora a lot this season. How did Atizigi overtake him?
That is not a lot. Abalora started playing football from February. That is when he joined Petrocab.
Okay.
Played just 11 games for them.
Fair
and that can be compared to Atizigi's 33, I think. 33. And in those 33, he's made 99 saves. If you are looking at per game, that is 3 per game. And in the whole season, he's kept 3 clean sheets. But if you are ranking it in the Swiss Super League for St. Gallen, that is like he's ranking number 9 in the whole season. The best goalkeeper in the whole league, that is, he has kept 13 clean sheets. That is just more than half of what Atizigi has done.
So wait, people keep clean sheets in the Swiss League?
They do.
So how doesn't Atizigi keep some?
And I'm just saying this.
I thought it was a general league problem.
It is. So if you have played about 33, 34 games and you've kept the best among them has kept just 13 clean sheets.
And he's kept how many?
6.
Okay.
That is just more than half of what he's done. So I'm just saying that it's a whole league issue. They score a lot of goals there. That is why the goalkeepers...
Let's go through the rest of the team
then. At Lawrence, Alexander Juku, absolutely Ghana's best centre-back at the moment. So throughout the season, what he's done for Fenerbahce in Europe and in the Turkish Super League, 25 games. And if you are looking at interceptions per game, he's ranking number 1 for his whole team. Then we are looking at Jerome Opoku, signed for Basaksehir in the Turkish Super League, again succeeded in helping them qualify for Europe, again like he's done for Boavista before joining them. Then Mohamed Salisu, he's a bit of a surprise there, but a player that would have been challenging him for a place there would have been Abdul Mumin. Abdul Mumin, if you're asking for a player right now that we should call to the Black Stars as a centre-back, he will be my number 1. But throughout the whole season, he's just started playing his football after the March international break. That was when he started really getting those stats from the first whistle. But if you are looking at their defensive stats as well, Salisu has played just 12 games and started 11 of them. And then Mumin has started 11. That is 19 of the 20 he has played throughout the season. And if you are looking at interceptions, tackles won, Salisu has outplayed him in those. Then Abdul Fattah Issahaku as a wing back, that is a bit of a surprise there, but I think he can fit into that because of how basically...
I don't think it's a surprise. He's had a great season.
Yes, I'm just saying that position,
okay.
The position of playing him as a wing back is the big surprise I'm talking about. But we've seen the adaptability in his game for Leicester in the season, and he's adjusting to the defensive games more. Then this guy, he's having the best season of his career so far, Augustin Boachi. Not typically a midfielder, but he's so versatile that he can fit into the 10 goals this season and 6 assists for Wolfsberger. Then Elisha Owusu, if you ask me, that is Ghana's best centre-back this season. That is why...
Central midfielder.
Central midfielder. That is why A.J. Oxlade, they named him as their captain. And he's done that really well, led them to win the League 2, and they are in the League 1. They are
back in League 1.
As champions.
Where is the other midfielder based in Austria? The one that just got called up?
Okay.
Francis Abu?
Forsen Amankwa.
Sorry, Francis Amankwa.
I think his minutes has died down as the season is.
So you're telling me that Forsen Amankwa and Augustin Boachi, who both play in in Austria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boachi had the better season.
The better season, absolutely.
He's not been called up yet.
No, but different positions.
Okay. Especially considering that Amankwa is more advanced as an attacking midfielder. Then Baba Rahman, last week I spoke.
Amankwa is a more advanced midfielder, but where do you place Boachi? That Boachi is also a more advanced.
He's also a 10-ish, the hybrid 10 and 8.
This season, a lot of the times he has played as a winger.
Right.
Boachi.
Yes.
Right. He's skillful too, so fair enough. Baba Rahman, I don't think that is...
Yes, last week I spoke about him.
There's not a contention there.
So the front three stuff.
Yeah. Now let's go to the front three.
Someone has questions. Let me...
Yes. Semenyo,
Semenyo,
his highest scoring season.
That is the joint highest. scoring league season of his career, and he's doing it now in the Premier League for Bournemouth. He joined the Ghanaian joint top scorer in the Premier League as well, alongside with Kudus. Then Iñaki Williams, he's won a title with Athletic Club, so scoring 12 goals and providing 3 assists in the league, and also helping them win the Copa del Rey. That is no-brainer.
Okay.
So the questions can come now.
Yeah, this. Daniel has a question. He's wondering why Jordan Ayew is not in there.
No, but have I told you? Say, please, I want to walk.
You want to go there? You are
I want to go there and just point. I have 2 quick questions.
Yes.
Okay.
2 quick.
For Karim or for everyone?
No, for everybody.
Okay.
2 quick questions.
But are you challenging my team? It's my team. You should be asking me.
Oh,
not everyone.
He has a right to challenge your team.
Yeah, right.
So I want him to challenge my team, not the questions
Don't worry.
for everyone.
Football is very subjective.
Yes.
So Daniel, go ahead.
Mohamed Salisu.
Yes.
35% of the matches that the league games that Monaco played this season. I don't think 12 out of 34 matches is enough to warrant him a team of the
He didn't even
season
play half
campaign.
of the matches.
He didn't even play half. Now, the player that I think should be in there is Abdul Mumin.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily agree with
Who played what? You said 20.
He started 19 out of 20 games.
Yeah.
And you see, this mathematics.
Yes.
The more you play, the lower your pay.
Averages,
Of course.
Thank you. So it is no surprise that Salisu edged him in some of the defensive metrics per 90. Because for 12 games,
It's an average.
It's an
When
average.
You divide
So-
by a higher number, it's
Simple.
lower.
So I don't agree with that. Abdul Mumin, again, is playing in the second best league in Europe per UEFA coefficient rankings. That is the La Liga.
Okay.
And if he's pulling those numbers as against the French league, which at the start of the season was number 6, I don't think 12 games in a less competitive league should be beating Abdul Mumin for this position.
I think that is very well.
So that is my first argument. Argument number 2.
Okay, can I answer the first
No,
argument?
I'll do so. I can go and sit down there. I beg you. So argument number 2.
Yes.
In the top 10 leagues in Europe, the Premier League is number 1.
Right.
There was no Ghanaian player who had better playmaking numbers than Jordan Ayew this season. 7 assists this season was higher and more than anybody else, any Ghanaian player in the top 10 leagues in Europe. He has colleagues playing in similar positions in the league. So for a large chunk of this season, Semenyo, Kudus, and Jordan played as a right winger. Jordan had better playmaking abilities than the two. I will not argue with Kudus because he had more balanced numbers. He had 8 goals and I think 6 assists. So that is more balanced, doing the total job. Jordan got 4 goals and gave 7 assists the most. Semenyo's numbers should be more suited to a centre forward with 8 goals and 2 assists if he's going to play as a right winger. Because if you add the 2, you're talking about goals plus assists, which we saw a lot of people doing today.
Yes.
Last time I checked, 11 is bigger than 10. Or if you add 8 plus 2, it's 10. If you add 7 plus 4, it's 11. And that gives a bit more balance, like what we are seeing Kudus doing here, than Semenyo. So if anybody is going to play the wide positions, I think if you have somebody who can score and assist over here, and you have somebody who can score and assist over here, that's against somebody who has banged in 12 league goals this season in Iñaki Williams. I think it will provide more balance for the team than Semenyo playing in this position. Semenyo can come in as a sub-striker to Iñaki, per the numbers that he's
I have a
playing this
question.
season.
We spoke about averages when it came to Momeng and Salisu. Can we do averages for those two? How many games did Jordan play? How many did Semenyo play?
Basically simple. If you're looking at per 90, Jordan Kudus and what's his name? Semenyo had very similar numbers per 90. They both had what? About post 30 games this season.
Yes.
So they've been consistent. So the numbers are very comparable. You can compare them. I think my point, if you are looking at balance, you are looking at a playmaker, nobody goes with 3 number 9s up top. Or so if you are going in the wide positions, you want somebody who can give you the goals and the assists. Kudus provides that. I think Jordan provides that better than Semenyo.
Okay. I will start from the very last question. You are talking about creativity. If you are talking about a player playing as a winger, what is the foremost thing you're asking from me.
Goals and
Playmaking, score, assist.
Ronaldo as a player, when he started out, now he's challenging those with the most goals. When he started out, where did he start?
We just said you are expected to score or assist.
Score, assist, but the goal comes first. If they are playing you as a winger or a number 9 in those front 3 positions.
So you're rating the goals ahead
It's
of
not
the
even
other.
good.
let me just defeat the argument.
No.
So
You've asked a
that's
question.
the reason
Answer
why
for it. Let me
Ronaldo
answer.
in his latter days was drawn into the center.
Let me
Because he was
ask-
doing more scoring, so they brought him as a center forward. Or
Am I allowed to answer now?
no, you're allowed
go
to
on.
answer,
Okay.
but the
He's
answer
talking about creativity. What is creativity? Your ability to create chances for opponents to score. If you yourself you are not scoring, but if you yourself you can score.
You mean for teammates to score,
If you
not
are- if-
opponents?
Yes, if you can score yourself, it's an added advantage. And if you are looking at chances created, Jordan Ayew has played 35 games. Semenyo has played 33. Semenyo has created 29 chances. Maybe him not getting those.
How many for Jordan?
Jordan has created 25 chances
Okay.
from 35 games. And if you are looking, both of them, Jordan has played 20 times as a right winger. Semenyo has played 16 times as a right winger. Then in midfield, and also as left winger, Jordan Ayew has played same positions. And Semenyo is creating 29 chances, scored 8 goals. Why is Semenyo scoring 8 goals and Jordan Ayew is not scoring 8 goals? He's also provided assists. That is also valuable. But if you are playing in those front 3 positions, the foremost thing I'm looking for in those positions is goals. So I don't see the argument. And 11 in total of goals and assists. Jordan has 11 goals and assists. Semenyo has 10 goals and assists. Scoring goals is not that easy in the Premier League, as he himself will say. So edging him with 1 assist or goal is not something that is out of place, that he should be here and Semenyo is not here. Even if Semenyo is not going to be here, then it should be someone like Fatawu coming up here, and Jordan Ayew still wouldn't make the team.
Okay, Karim and and Daniel, this will go on for the rest of this week. We'll take it to the Joy Sports newsroom. But yeah, we will take a short break here. When we come back, we're taking you abroad. England, Kamaldeen Sulemana is going to play Premier League football next season. Southampton are back. Okay, so there's that to come. Plus FA Cup action, Pochettino and Enzo Maresca. Pochettino out, Enzo Maresca in. Plus all of your messages here on the show. We'll be right back. Let me take you straight to Wembley, where Man United beat Man City to lift the FA Cup. Speaking about people who know the McKenna is there.
No.
Because apparently Enzo Maresca, the Leicester City manager who brought Leicester to promotion to the Premier League, is going to Chelsea. Is a done deal. Thoughts on that? And that announcement will be made soon. Yeah. That's him. He worked under Pep.
Yeah, last season. He was part of the treble-winning team. Only last season. Yeah. Then he took a big step to go and coach Leicester City.
Just Chelsea are doing a Mikel Arteta 2.0 project.
Look, he's a great coach. When you watch his team play, it's exciting. But Chelsea's a different kettle of fish. The problems at the club, the way the club wants to operate, are you going to give him the players to enable him win? Are you going to give him the players to enable him compete? Or are you going to still try and build these players up to be successful in the next 2-3 years? What is the project? It has to be clear to fans, to coaches and everybody, so that when Chelsea are not in the top 4, you understand that it's going to take time. When Chelsea are not competing, you know it's going to take time. But for a lot of Chelsea fans, and the reason why Stamford Bridge don't respond to the result that they've had this season is because they don't know what the project is. They don't know what the ambition of the club is. I think that's the right word, ambition.
Yeah.
Now, if Maresca comes in and the ambition of the club for year 1 is that, look, he's only there to stabilize the club, get us an identity, everybody can relax. If he comes and he's there to win trophies, then you can judge him according to that. But in the last 2 seasons under the new ownership, nobody really knows what the agenda is. Nobody really knows what the standards are. But when it comes to his pure coaching ability, with what we've seen of him with Leicester, I think he's a fine coach. But again, Chelsea's another step, and only time will tell if he fits into what Chelsea are trying to do now.
Daniel, you have barely 30 seconds on this.
It fits what Chelsea are trying to do, per my understanding. So
So it's good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, very well. Listen, we have to wrap it up here on the show. Jessica is watching us from Kumasi, and Jessica says, she said, okay, what did Jessica say? Jessica says, congratulations to Kotoko. Jessica, thank you for tuning into the show. That's our show for today. Before we go, big happy birthday to Emmanuel Yeboah, a.k.a. Abanko Dodu.
Abanko Dodu, you spawned it.
That's the younger brother of our director, Pamela.
Oh,
so you see, Pamela is screaming my ear. She close now, so I can have time to wish them birthday. Hey, Obi had any interest.
All this is influence. All this be influence.
Yeah, influence.
All be influence.
So you can resign from the set.
You can resign.
You can resign.
You see?
Yeah.
Hey.
After this,
Pamela GFE.
Anyway, thank you so much. We appreciate you. The show is proudly brought to you by Kivo Gary Soakins Mix. Soakins are easy. Syntax tank is strong, it's tough, and Johnny Walker. Keep walking. My name is Fentio Tahir Fentio. This is Studio for Philip Ashrim and Daniel Kranteng. We're back again next Monday, but on Saturday, we all meet all of you at the Aviation Social Center for the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey Dortmund versus Real Madrid Champions League final. Should be fun. Until then, take care.